Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished Dr. Herkan Smith and Professor Axel Kramer. Actually, today I will not present my transfer project because after my training in Germany, I have moved to from hospital division to community pharmacy division in Ministry of Health. Today I would like to explain pharmaceutical service in Indonesia facing universal health coverage. This is contents of my presentation. Indonesia Ministry of Health Vision and Focus Priority. We have stated that in health development, we have 7 priority health reformation, and number 1 is health insurance, and it will become. Ini mana pointersnya? Ini enggak ininya, yang ini. Oh, belakang. And the first priority is health insurance, and it will become universal health coverage. It has also stated in our national midterm development. And this is our Indonesia national health system. There are six subsystems that contains in our health development. One of the subsystem is pharmaceutical and medical devices and food. We have goal to the availability of safe, efficacy, high quality of pharmaceutical medical devices. And I will try to explain how the history of Indonesia achieving universal health coverage. From our constitution background, that in our national basic law has amended that the right to social security and healthcare is have to available to all of Indonesian people. In year 2004, we have law number 40 that amended national social security system, and by law number 17 in year 2010 has stated that Indonesia will start universal health coverage in the 2014. Actually, we have so many insurance schemes with many different benefits, and by the law number 24, we try to merge this different scheme into one scheme, and that means that we only have one payer to healthcare insurance. We call that as National Health Insurance Corporation, or of Indonesian is BPJS. The National Health Insurance of Indonesia called as INA Medicare. In US called as Medicaid or Medicare. In Indonesia we call it as INA Medicare. There are 3 important stakeholders from members, health facilities, and the payer. These 3 stakeholders have their own interests. For example, that the member want to get the best service, and the health facilities maybe want to pay higher, and the corporation want to the member pay all the premium. And that's why the government has to be there to regulate the health system, how to make standard and service of quality, including pharmacy and medical devices also. Indonesia National Medicine Policy was established in 2006. It was it will serve as a reference in developing regulation and guideline in pharmaceutical and also medical devices. There are three main goals of our medicine policy. The first is availability, and then the safety, efficacy, and high quality of pharmacy, and then how we can get the rational use of medicine. And by this diagram, we see that there are nine policy that have to be done to achieve these three goals. Yeah. They are our roadmap for pharmaceutical development, and maybe it's the reason why I come late. I have to walk here, and maybe I trapped somewhere here. We divided into three main aspects. The first is accessibility, and then affordability, and then rational use of medicine. From the aspect of drug supply management, we try to develop some regulation from facility, and also the how we can ensure the national buffer stock. In affordability aspect, we try to make need analysis with the scheme, bottom-up scheme, and then for the new medicine and medical devices, for the innovator one, we have to make health technology assessment. And in the aspect of rational use of medicine, we also make regulation and how to improve the quality of pharmaceutical services. And in the three different aspects, the monitoring, evaluation, updating, and follow-up will come together as well. Yes. In the aspect of accessibility, all healthcare facilities should ensure the availability of medicine and medical devices, both in primary healthcare and also in secondary and tertiary healthcare. This is our new system in drug supply management. We have national planning. We make planning with the bottom-up scheme, and also the budgeting from national, provincial, and others, including donors. And the procurement since 2013, Ministry of Health together with the National Board of Procurement have launched the new catalog system we call as e-catalog, electronic catalog. The list contains name, the packaging, supplier, and also the price. And then every unit in central and local provincial can purchase this medicine with electronic system we call as e-purchasing. We hope that with e-catalog and e-purchasing, the system will be more transparent, accountable, and also efficient. Before we enter the INA Medicare era, we have so many lists of medicine. For example, this National Essential Medicine List regarding the WHO guideline. And then we try to develop our national formulary based on the updated evidence base, high benefit ratio, and also good benefit cost. We also ask recommendation from our professional in hospital, provincial, and also from association. This is how we try to simplify list of medicine. Before 2014, this in public hospital, for example, public hospital, we have so many formulary. In Ministry of Health also, we have our own formulary, and then we try to expand into national formulary and medical devices. Until now, we have national formulary contain about 519 active ingredients, 300 is generic, and about 200 is innovator. And then each stakeholder here has to make evaluation and feedback regarding implementation of national formulary and medical devices. And we hope by this formulary, we will also have monitoring and evaluation based off our standard treatment and guidelines. And then we try to establish and strengthen capacity on pharmaceutical services in order the patient will receive safe, effective, good quality and cost-effective medicine. As conclusion, that INA Medicare has started on January 1st, 2014. The system constitutes an equality health services for all people at the same time. Ministry of Health developed regulation, standard and guideline in pharmaceutical aspects, including accessibility, affordability, rational use of medicine, and monitoring evaluation of this implementation. At last, Ministry of Health will be interested in any suggestion of substantive and technical details regarding this roadmap. Yes, this is for me. Thank you very much for your kind attention.